Good afternoon, everybody. My name is John Christopher, and I'm on the marketing team here at CPH. And I'm joined today by,
Hi, I'm Mary Lesh, and I'm an editor on the curriculum team here at Concordia Publishing House, and I'm also the Vacation Bible School editor.
so I assure you all that you're in very capable hands. Mary has been a huge help to me as I have become more familiar with Tropical Trek, our 2026 Vacation Bible School offering. And so, again, thank you so much for spending some of your afternoon here with us. And I hope you guys got lunch. If it's not quite lunch where you're at, I hope you get lunch. We won't keep you too long, but we do want to provide an opportunity to answer any questions that you might have at the end. Our contact information will be up at the end of this presentation, but let's get on with it, and I'll share with you guys the agenda for today. So today we want to look at our theme. Really great, fun, engaging theme. Around the summer is when a lot of us choose to go on vacation, but for some of us, we might not get the opportunity to go somewhere tropical with sunshine. And so, with 2026, our VBS Tropical Trek is going to provide our kids with the opportunity to go, well, somewhere tropical. And so, our theme for our Vacation Bible School is Jesus comes to seek and save. And you will see that reflected in each of the 5 days of VBS. I think these Bible stories that we've chosen to highlight are great and they really stick with you. After we look at those daily take-home points, we're going to unpack what comes in the Vacation Bible School kit. There's lots of great goodies in there, samples of various collectibles and student essentials, and then some samples of the crafts that we'll be doing as well. You can also find all of the guides for the site leaders inside there. And it'll also come with one of these. I'll touch on this a little bit later, but this is our director USB. You guys will remember this from years past, but grateful for or the opportunity to share that with you guys today. After we unpack the kit, we'll look at some more of those valuable add-ons, those student essentials, and then we'll get into the mission or outreach project that we'll be doing in concert with Concordia Gospel Outreach. And then we'll conclude and answer any questions that you guys may have. We just look forward to the opportunity to resource you guys and make Vacation Bible School unforgettable. Tropical Trek is a really fun theme, and I think your kids are going to have a lot of fun. So, again, like I said, we're going to go through each of our take-home points and each day of VBS here. And we start with the Baby Moses account. Baby Moses in a very vulnerable position in Egypt at the time for little Hebrew boys, and so his mother sends him in a basket. We're familiar with this story, right down the river. Pharaoh's daughter takes him in. We can see his sister looking on from the grass there. And our take-home point for day one is God finds me when I have trouble. And then each day we'll repeat the theme, Jesus came to seek and save. And so that's just a really comforting message for all the kiddos at our Vacation Bible School. Next, we will look at the Ruth and Naomi account, and we know that these are ancestors of David, which makes them ancestors of Jesus. And you can see here the memory verse for the day is "Fear not, for I am with you." And so we kind of highlight that companionship element. Our take-home point for that day is God finds me when I'm lonely. Again, we'll repeat the theme, Jesus came to seek and save. Next, we'll look at Jesus and Zacchaeus. This account comes to us from Luke chapter 19, verse 1 through 10. And it says, "You are precious in my eyes, and I love you." That's our memory verse for today. But our take-home point is God finds me when I'm lost. If we look at Zacchaeus here up here in the tree, you would argue he's got probably the best view in the house. He's not particularly lost, but Jesus comes and he restores him lovingly, and then he has a change of heart, and that's what our Savior does. So that's another really comforting message for the kids. That take home point that Jesus finds us when we're lost. God finds me when I am lost. Day 4 is a really important day for those of us at CPH. We love the opportunity to get to tell people about the gospel that Jesus has both died and he is risen, right? And so our memory verse for that day comes to us from Psalm 71, and we'll look at verse 5. You, O Lord, are my hope, my trust. We see that these followers of Jesus are despondent because he's just died, right? Presumably. And then they get to the tomb and they are told that he is in fact risen. And so God finds me when I think there's no hope is our take home point for that day. Again, Jesus comes or came to seek and save. And so from there, we'll look at day 5, and this is the Paul's account on the road to Damascus when he has an encounter with Jesus. Our memory verse for that day is Christ Jesus came into the world to save sinners. That comes to us from First Timothy chapter 1, verse 15. Our take-home point for that day is God finds me no matter my sin. I don't think that there's a better object lesson for this take home point than Paul goes from being, one of the biggest opponents of the gospel to one of the most prolific writers in the New Testament. And so this is going to be really comforting for kids as well. We all make mistakes, and I just love all 5 of these take home points that we have for each of the days. Um, each of these Bible stories are also included on posters, and I actually have some behind me. You can see there's one over there and there's 2 over there. So they're relatively good size, but they just help kids remember what they're learning at VBS, and I think they're really beautifully done as well. Very vibrant and sure to help you remember all that you have learned. They come in the kit. And so this is what you can kind of expect from the VBS kit this year. Speaking of things that come into the kit, I also brought up the Director USB, and you can see that it's here. I have one of the kits over here on the side, and this is just a really great resource for all of you VBS directors. It's got PowerPoint slides, songs, videos, all the stuff that you need to make VBS really memorable. But I would be remiss if I did not bring up the Digital Content Center. So also with your purchase of the Vacation Bible School kit, you will get access to the Digital Content Center. So this will be linked to the email of the person who makes the purchase, and you can see that it's got a whole bunch of downloadable files, and like again I said, like PowerPoints and videos all available for you. So this is just a really nice add-on for all of those VBS directors. Just a really cool resource. So this will come with a welcome sheet. In that welcome sheet, there's a way for you to claim your access to the Digital Content Center. Next, we'll look at what else is in our kit. And so you have all of your site leader guides. I'm holding them here. What a beautiful array. There's a lot of stuff in here. And this is just going to help you to make VBS memorable. It's also going to resource all of your site leaders with everything they need to know to make their site really rock. And so we've got Bible exploration, and we've got storytelling, and we've got snacks, and we'll tell you a little bit more about those things later, but we can't forget crafts and our opening and closing programs as well. So you can expect to find those inside of the starter kit again, as well as that director USB. Also included in the starter kit are these decoration posters. And so these decorative posters and inside you can see that there are the animals from Tropical Trek Island. Um, I don't really know how to pick a favorite. I think I'm generally drawn towards the pigs, but I think they're all just like really well designed and a lot of fun. And like I said, super colorful. And if you look in the room, I don't know if you can see it because I'm kind of small on your screen, but I've got the iguana and the crabs back here on the bookshelf. Um, these are cool. I was talking to the coordinator for VBS a little bit earlier, and what she's done is she's actually cut out each one of these animals and attached them to foam core and made them able to stand up. And so that's what I've got in the back, and I would super recommend it. On top of that, we have the map of Tropical Trek Island. So this is where VBS takes place. And so these are the various locations that we'll be going to throughout the week, and just a lot of fun. We've got promotional posters as well, and then you can see one poster that's kind of like a backdrop. So I think this would be really good for photo ops. That's just me. I'm kind of bent towards video and photo, so I think that's a really cool opportunity to decorate for VBS and maybe take some pictures with your kiddos. All right, so that brings us to another thing that I super love that we do with VBS. And apparently, some of you guys are fans as well. And that is our collectibles and student essentials. So you can order these from the catalog that comes in your kit. But we also have some samples for you. So if you look, we've got this carabiner here. It's cross-shaped, and this thing is hefty. I'm a big fan of this. I'm gonna have to get one of these for my work bag. But then you can also see that we have included one lenticular card, a keychain for each of our days of VBS, and we've brought these back. We've done them for a few years now, and they are great. I also have the ones, if you guys remember Epic Australian Adventure, I have some of these lenticular keychains on my work bag as well. So those are a lot of fun, and they're collectible, and they're for each of your kiddos. I think they're a great add-on to really round out VBS. On top of that, you will see we have iron-on decals. And so those decals are they come in packs of 12 when you purchase them. And you can just get them for each of your VBS students, and they can have their own customized VBS t-shirt. They could do it in whatever color they like or whatever fit they like. Maybe they have their parents help them iron the decals on because we maybe don't want to have kids using irons, but just a really cool addition to the VBS box. Just a good idea for you guys to go ahead and grab those. And then we have stickers and temporary tattoos as well. And so you can see those come in packs of 10 or 12 respectively. And then you guys will probably remember from Epic Australian Adventure this guy. This was the koala clip-on that we had last in the last VBS with I love VBS, obviously, on his back. I think these were a lot of fun, and we got a lot of really positive feedback about our little furry friend. This year, we went with a reptilian model, but he's still really soft. And so we've got this sea turtle keychain that you guys can see on your screen, or I'm holding one. And I just think this is a really good idea to grab the keychain and then have kids, put it on their book bag throughout the year so they can remember how much fun they had at VBS over the summer. So really cool. You guys can certainly grab those. All of that is available in the catalog that comes with your kit. You will get some samples so you guys can check it out. But then, yeah, go ahead and grab those. So, let's look at another part of VBS that is really inductive, a lot of fun for the kids, and that is crafts. So we have a craft for every day, and I think these are just really fun, a lot of a really good time. a lot of fun. So for day one, as I mentioned, we're going to look at the baby Moses account. And so you can see that he's here in the God Saves Us basket. And then on day two, we're going to create a pendant necklace. And each kid can color their own pendant and make it their own. We also sell in the catalog some additional craft materials. So these beads would really help you to customize that pendant and make it your own. And so those are available through the catalog as well. Day three, we will look at the Jesus Seeks and Saves binoculars. I had one of those in here, but these are really cool because they just kind of fold together, so they don't require you to be a tremendous artist. But kids can also color these, and they're really great. I love those. If I had to pick a favorite, it actually might be the binoculars. And then we have the sand art craft, the Jesus Gives Me Hope sand art craft. Again, day four, we're going to focus on Jesus's death, resurrection. And so this is just a really beautiful craft to coincide with that day. And then day five, we're going to look at the stained glass cross craft. Um, what I was talking to the coordinator again about this craft, and she said that it really appeals to all ages because you can use these dot paint pens if for the younger folks who maybe aren't that coordinated, don't have great hand-eye coordination, and so and this craft works just as well. Or for those who are able to use scissors safely and things like that, you get something kind of akin to what you see on your screen right now. So that's a really cool craft. There's something each day that coincides with the Bible story that we are explaining or exploring and the take-home point for that day as well. All right, next we get to my favorite. You guessed it, food. So there's just like really great theme snacks for each of our days. We've got the Damascus dessert on the dark blue plate in the middle of your screen. And then we have binoculars next to that. And then this cave dessert that I think is really wonderful because it super looks like a cave. And then we've got friendship mix, which is the trail mix that you see in the middle of your screen, pretzels and chocolate chips and popcorn. I was actually just eating popcorn before this Zoom, so you can tell I probably would be a big fan of that. And then lastly, a tree that is made out of vegetables. And so between that and then the fruit that's on top of the cave dessert, you can see we're really trying here to make sure that kids are eating well-rounded meals. At VBS, we're promoting healthy eating. And so just a really cool opportunity. We try to provide a multi-sensory experience for kids. And one of those senses is taste, right? And so I think these are really memorable as well. And the snack guide will tell you all that you need to do to prepare. All right. And next, games. Who doesn't learn better through play? I certainly do. I kind of miss play in my life. I wish there was more opportunities to play. Honestly, I just really actually want to go to Tropical Trek Island, and I don't know if adults are allowed, but I guess I get to, if I wanted to, I could participate by potentially helping my church out. But I just think this is a lot of fun. There are actually two games each day to choose from. And then we have early childhood games available as well. And each of these games are connected to the daily Bible story that we're exploring and that take-home point as well. And so just a real fun way for kids to engage with learning and get their bodies moving as well. Cool. And now, for storytelling, I'm going to pass off to Mary. She's super passionate about this, and she's been working on Vacation Bible School for a long time. And so, over to
Yeah.
you,
All
Mary.
right. Thank you, John. I'm really excited to have this chance to share a little bit about the storytelling site. and then the Bible exploration site, which I'll also be talking about, because I think storytelling really is at the heart of VBS. This is where kids come and they hear how God worked in the lives of people in the Old and the New Testaments, how he sought them out in times of trouble and lostness, and how he gave them hope and new life through faith in him. But what's really cool about the storytelling site is that kids don't just hear the Bible story, they don't just sit there and hear it, but they actually experience it. The storytelling leaders use props and costumes, and then they invite the kids to help tell the Bible account so that kids can see themselves in the Bible characters' shoes, and then they can start to make connections with their own lives. We want every child to know every day that God loves them and to hear every day, Jesus died and rose for you. So we provide 2 levels in this storytelling site, early childhood and elementary. The early childhood level is for kids who aren't reading independently yet. And then the elementary level is for kids who are able to read independently, usually those who are going into 1st or 2nd grade and up. Every level, each of the storytelling leader guides has 5 leaflets. There's 1 for each day, so you don't have to carry around a whole book. You just have 1 leaflet for each day. The first page of the leaflet has everything that you need to prep for your lesson. So there's a Bible background, and that gives a summary of the Bible narrative. It gives the context, so it shows where this narrative fits in God's great plan of salvation for us. And then it also shows how this account applies to kids' lives today. Then there's, of course, a supply list that gives you everything that you need to get ready for the day, including any props or costumes. And then there's a getting ready section to give you step-by-step instructions on how to prepare for the lesson. Then the middle spread of the lesson is telling the Bible story. So each day you'll begin by telling the take-home point at the beginning and at the end, because we really want to help the kids have this Bible truth stick in their hearts and their minds. Then there's a short introduction where you can help the kids to make connections between what they already know and what they're going to be learning about during the day. And then that leads into the Bible storytelling. So as I mentioned before, we wanted to make sure that the Bible storytelling time is an interactive experience. The leaders use props and invite the kids to help tell the story, sometimes by wearing costumes, sometimes by repeating words and phrases and actions, so that they really get and understand and experience what this Bible narrative is all about. You may, at the end of the lesson then, or sometime during the lesson, choose to use the early childhood and the elementary student leaflets. So if you do this, then you'll hand out those leaflets to the team leaders, and then you'll guide the teams through the questions and the activities that are on the leaflets. There is a leaflet guide on the back page of every leader guide lesson that helps you to do this. And then on the student leaflets, there is a family devotion on each one, so that kids can take these home and then they can read these devotions with their families, and they can talk together with their families about what they learned that day at VBS. So the Bible Exploration site is another great site at VBS. And this site combines 2 of my favorite activities for kids, which are putting God's word in their heart and helping kids to explore God's amazing world. So the Bible memory verse songs that are included help kids to remember God's word through fun and catchy songs. And then the science demonstrations, those appeal to kids' natural curiosity and just sense of wonder about the world. So the leader guide for the Bible exploration provides, again, a supply list of everything that you need for doing the science demonstration and for teaching the songs. It gives preparation steps to make sure that you're ready for the day, and then it gives detailed instructions on how to actually perform the science demonstration. The Bible exploration time begins with teaching the kids the Bible memory verse, and this can be done in a couple different ways. First, there is an activity that the kids will do together. So they help to kind of understand where this Bible verse fits in the Bible and what it means for us, what it means for their lives. And then there are a couple of options to help get that Bible memory verse into their hearts and their minds so that they remember it. There are song action videos, and these have the Bible memory words put to song, and there are some actions, and you can show this video and teach the kids that way. Or you could just use the audio of the Bible memory verse songs, and then there are PowerPoint slides that we provide, and those provide the words on them, so you can show them that way. So next, you perform the science demonstration. And again, there are just very simple instructions on how to do this in the guide. You'll want to practice beforehand so that you make sure that you get that wow factor when you're doing the science demonstration. And then the guide also gives a little explanation of the science behind the demonstration, so they knew, what it is that was happening. And then it gives some talking points to help you make connections between the science experiment. It's not just something fun to watch and do, but actually it helps to tell about the point of the Bible truth, the Bible lesson. Then you'll end that section by helping the kids see once again how the Bible narrative applies to their everyday lives. So, John, thank you for letting me have a few minutes here to tell about these sites. I really love how every one of these lessons points to Jesus. And I'm really excited to see how people use these lessons to share the love of Jesus with people in their communities.
Same. Okay. Well, you mentioned music, and so I thought we would talk about music next. And so when we were talking about this earlier in the week, you told me that we actually have five new theme songs. We decided to add those to Vacation Bible School this year. And so each of the days will have a song that corresponds with the Bible story that we're exploring that day. We also have those memory verse song action videos as well. And Mary, we actually had a cool experience. We got to go on set when these videos were recorded, and I found myself singing along and tapping my foot, and I was just in awe of how these kids got all these dance moves down, and they brought so much energy to the set. And so I look forward to another opportunity to get to go back on set and take part in that video shoot. But yeah, so the pass along music card is another thing that we offer inside of the catalog. You can get these for each of your students of VBS, and they can take the music from VBS home with them, share it with their families, maybe their younger siblings or their older siblings, and they can also download that music onto their personal device and take it with them wherever they go. So they could go to the grocery store or to the library with one of their parents, and they've still got the music from VBS. Again, kind of like Mary was saying, we want to ensure that this gets into those kids' hearts and minds. And so, just a really great opportunity to get to explore the music that they learned at VBS a little bit further. Next, we want to look at the mission project. So, this is a really cool opportunity that we have at VBS to impact the kingdom, and impact the behaviors of the next generation of the church. And so we want to inculcate some of those behaviors within the kids. And so we know that people of God are generous, and so this is an opportunity for us to continue to live into our identity as the people of God. This is another cool opportunity to not just engage those kids or those people who are at Vacation Bible School, but maybe engage the congregation as well. And so you will get this poster with you inside the kit, and then you could put it up in your church, and they could potentially participate in this for some time. You set a goal, and who doesn't love meeting a goal? Those kids are going to get really excited about it, but so will the other members of your congregation as well. So with this outreach or mission project, we'll be supporting, like I said, Concordia Gospel Outreach, and we'll be giving arch books, these gospel-oriented books, to kids all over the world. And so you will have this flyer inside of your kit as well. And so it comes with the poster to the on the left, and then you can just set that goal, raise money, and then get kids books all over the world. And so just a really fun opportunity to teach kids how the people of God give back. All right. Next. So, what would Vacation Bible School be without opening and closing programs to kind of bookend each day's learning? Here we can see Explore Eden on the top of the screen, and then there's that opening and closing guide. We have videos, like I said, though that's what Explore Eden is in here. But if you have really good actors at your church as well, we provide skit scripts as well. And so this is just a really good opportunity to introduce kids to the day's theme or take-home point, but also to ensure that they have learned it. And it's just really fun and puts a nice, neat bow on the VBS experience. All right. From there, we go to another one of my favorites, and that is decorating. So, if you are an art lover, this is for you. And this is another place for you to get volunteers who maybe they don't feel super sciencey, so Bible exploration's not for them, or maybe they're not like great cooks, but perhaps they really like to decorate. And so you can see that we've got our characters here on the foam core. And then we've got palm tree backgrounds. We also have flowers and leaves that you can purchase from the catalog as well. I've got some up here behind me on the board. You can kind of see them back there. And then I was told that the Insta theme backdrops that we have available in the catalog are 30 feet long. So they're 4 feet by 30 feet. And so I think you can pretty well make your way across the stage at any church, like with a backdrop that big. But also you can find additional ideas for decorating your VBS on Pinterest. And I think these palm trees are really special. I'm trying to figure out how I can fit one of them in my living room, but they're really great. And so decoration really just brings VBS to life, and it's a really fun way for your volunteers and your kiddos to engage with Tropical Trek. All right, so where do you get all this stuff? Well, you can pick up the kit on cph.org/VBS 2026. You can see the price on your screen. Don't forget about those student collectibles and essentials. I think they are really great and they will augment your VBS experience, and you can send your kids home with something special. Um, and so, actually, I've just found this t-shirt with the iron on. So you can kind of see how it works. I think it looks really nice. So if you got these and you sent them home on day one, maybe last day, everybody wears the t-shirt from VBS. If not, I mean, it's still a really good, fun thing to take home as well. All right. So that's available for you at VBS or at cph.org/VBS 2026. Okay. All right. We also want to make you aware of this free VBS registration tool that we have called VBS Mate. And the really cool thing about VBS Mate is that it can actually be skinned to reflect Tropical Trek, just like all these slides that you've seen here today. And so this will just get parents really excited to have their kids be involved with VBS. And yeah, I think it's just a really nice way to have continuity in all the materials that you use for VBS. Think we're around the corner for home. So I just kind of want to open up the floor to questions. Mary and myself are available, and feel free to ask any questions that you have about Tropical Trek. I want to clarify one thing. We talked about the crafts, so we have samples of the crafts in the kit, but you will need to order enough materials for each of your students as well. So the samples are included, but you'll need to get each one separately. Okay, any questions? Let me pop out of here and look at the chat one moment. Okay, looks like we got a couple things in the chat here. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Jennifer. Also, I should let you know, I know some Koenigs as well. Yeah, there are skits as well as videos included in VBS this year. Inside of the guides, I think it's in the director guide. We should have scripts. As well as in the digital content center, you can download the scripts for skits. We have the videos as well as skits available for you. And also included in storytelling, there were some skits, some scripts for some skits there as well. And so that's just like another inductive way to include in your everybody in your VBS. Let's see, what other question do we have? Okay, so for the crafts, you'll want to see how many kids how many kids the resources will cover. So when you go on to when you get the catalog inside of your kit, it will say how many people it will serve, and then you'll want to get the right amount for the kids who are going to be present at your VBS. We'll have samples of the craft included in the kit, but you're going to want to get enough to correspond with the number of kids you've got in your VBS. Jennifer, let me get some more details, and if you provided your email address, I'll give you a more of a comprehensive overview of what the skits will include. We've got those
Do you
videos,
do you want me to
and
talk a little bit about the skit?
go for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
sure.
That'd be
So
great.
so is the skit a recap of the day, or does it tell a story throughout the week? Okay, so yes, the opening and the closing skits are Explorer Eden, and she kind of has a backstory of arriving on this island, and she is learning about the Bible points for each day. So she is exploring the island herself, kind of on her own, and as she does this, she learns, she hears the in the background kind of the Bible narrative, the Bible story that's going on. And then she learns, for example, how she experiences troubles herself on the island. And then she learns how God has helped her in the troubles. She learns how God helped Moses in the troubles. So it begins each day with about a 3.5 minute skit. And then at the end of the day, there's kind of a wrap up where she talks about this, what she learned from the Bible story and how she applies it to her own life. And it's kind of a back and forth between Explorer Eden. She kind of talks to the kids, kind of like a Blue's Clues kind of thing, back and forth. So they're really fun, really interactive. The skit scripts then are the exact same words, but you can find somebody, if you'd rather do it that way instead of showing the video, then somebody could dress as Explorer Eden and then do those skits.
I mean,
Does that answer your question? Okay, great.
when I was in like a youth, I really began my love for acting and singing and stuff like that. And so I think it's feasible to think that there would be some kids who would like to participate in those skits. And the videos are also available to you, but if you got some talented young folks, by all means make their day. Okay, let's see what else we have over here. I want to make sure we get to everything. Okay, so I want to go back. Actually, I won't share it, but the kits are available for pre-order right now, and they will start shipping in 2026, just like on the right on the other side in January, we're looking at. And so yeah, you can check that out there. Okay.
I think there's a question about the puppet there. Have we thought about bringing a puppet back like there was? So what you can do actually, if you would like to, instead of showing that video, you could have a puppet act out that Explorer Eden script. So you could
Oh.
choose any one of these, choose a puppet, a tropical island animal, and use that to tell. You could use that skit script with a puppet. So we made it so that that would work that way.
I think that's a really good idea. I could totally see that working well. Okay.
And then there's a question there about, are there videos with the Bible challenge?
Mm-hmm.
No, there are videos, and those are the Bible memory verse song action videos. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the videos that go along with the Bible challenge. We call it the Bible exploration now. And those, yes, you can use those right in the Bible exploration time to teach the kids the Bible memory verses. Yes.
And then that digital download card, the pass along card that we mentioned earlier, that's so that your kids can take that music home with them and they can listen to it in the car, they can listen to it as they go different places or just at home. It's a good resource to pass along to all those students who are engaged in VBS. Okay, do we have any other questions? Again, let me actually, 1 second. I'm going to share my screen one more time because there was a part that I forgot to mention. And that is our contact information. Okay. And so, again, my name is John, and I'm a marketing specialist here at CPH. And the number for how to get a hold of our customer service team is on your screen right now. And then you can email this address, and we will get back to you as soon as possible to answer any further questions that you guys might have. Thank you again so much for spending part of your afternoon with us, and we are happy to resource you in any way that we can. VBS is a really memorable experience for me, and so it's a great opportunity to get to share the gospel with kids. You get a lot of kids who come to VBS who might not normally go to church and this might be one of the only times that some folks hear the gospel. And so we want to thank you guys for your work and the dedication that you put towards this program each year. And then we know it's not necessarily always easy, but it is super fun and very rewarding. And Jesus says, let the little children come to me. And so this is what you're doing. So thank you all for spending a part of your day with us. And happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you soon.